Good morning. All right, it's coffee time. All right, mm, time to make coffee. Mm. I'm wearing my meta glasses this morning, listening to NPR, and I discovered this really cool thing with these glasses, which is that I can, let's see, um, I can turn them into bifocals, which is what I did. What's going on here? All right. Just make sure that I'm actually live. Ah, I see the timer. Okay, good. So, yeah. Um, boy, this camera really sucks. I'm surprised. I'm gonna have to work on that. Anyway, coffee filter. Just really surprised that this camera quality is so bad. Anyway, um, I'm so out of it. Anyway, I like Cafe Bustelo, which is like an espresso grade um, coffee, fine grind, very strong flavor. Okay. Oh, I forgot. Take my thyroid. Hmm. I was going to start earlier, and my wife was awake, but groggy, so she wanted to cuddle. Who am I to turn her down? What's so funny is I sleep without a shirt on. I have a hairy chest, and when she cuddles, she puts her head on my chest, and the hairs tickle her face. She loves my chest, but it tickles her at the same time. So she finds happy medium. She'll put her hand under her face. It doesn't tickle her face. Okay, so I like to get a heaping scoop, one per cup. There we go. Nice heaping scoop. Okay. And the reason I use a heaping scoop is because I am actually sneaking in an extra half cup for my wife. She's convinced herself that she doesn't drink coffee, but almost every morning she wants some of mine. I would make just a little bit more, for example. So it's a cup, and for a cup of coffee, I pour 1 cup of water. There we go, 1 cup of water. I don't know about you, but just makes perfect sense. Yeah, we've gotten kind of bored with TV, so we've started watching some of our favorite old shows that they don't make anymore, like Game of Thrones and Outlander, stuff like that. Okay, so I put 2 cups of water, and now I'm putting in just a little bit more. That's about how much she drinks. Just like a little cafecito. All right, so I got that going. Darling. Okay. All right. And now it's time to make her tea. So my wife is a cancer survivor, and so she makes her own tea. She buys leaves of different plants that are supposed to be medicinal, and then grinds them up, and well, she dehydrates them first, and grinds them up, and then makes a tea out of them. It's pretty cool. It tastes okay, but that's not the real reason that she's drinking the tea anyway. She wants something nice and warm and healthy. So I need to rinse this out. There we go. Okay. Okay. Before I make this, I need to clean out the dispenser. On my other channel, I call it my portfolio channel. I've been making a lot of AI videos, and it's because I'm an instructional designer and a video producer by trade, and so I have to show that I know how to use that stuff and make videos so that I can get people to hire me, and also so that when companies, when I apply for positions, they can see examples of my work. I'm having so much fun with it because it's capable of so much, but you have to be sure that you're not making AI slop. Okay. The strainer has all these holes in it, right? And the tea granules will get into the holes and expand with moisture, and then they get stuck in there. It's hard to get them out. So you have to just physically wipe from the outside, trying to get the water to go through from the outside, and then take them away. Okay. Forgive me, I'm not awake. Okay, let's go back over here. Okay. Okay. Let's get this tea going now. So I mentioned that my wife makes her own tea. Here's some of it. This is what she normally drinks. Just grinds it all up. And then I take a special spoon much. And put it in the strainer. Okay. See, I don't know why it does this. When it's done making the coffee, it turns off the element. That's when I need it most, right? So fortunately, I have this separate button, and that turns the element back on. So I want to keep the coffee hot. Actually, I want it to get hotter. There's something in the settings. I don't know how to fix it. I'm certainly not awake enough now to fix it. Okay, so what I do is say I sit the strainer down inside, and that way it's soaking the tea leaves. Let's pour the water into that. She gets a bottle and like, let me see it. All right, it's like, oh, just a little bit more than one bottle for those 2 scoops. All right, then take the lid. The lid has these cool little grooves on it. Connect to the strainer. Very good. All right. And bottles out of the way. Okay. It's a pretty cool little tea maker. You got the on button. That turns on the little light. These little LEDs are kind of cool. And then 4 different temperatures. I like to turn it all the way up. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you notice there's a different color light for each level. That way you know you're on the right color. Okay. Okay. So there's something I do with the bottles. The bottles take up a lot of space in the trash. So what I do is I crush them and then I put the cap on because the vacuum keeps it crushed. If that makes sense. I'm not going to do that right now because I don't want to wake up my wife. Okay. All right. What's going on here? Somebody turned off my NPR. There we go. Okay. So, in case you don't know, I was a Whole Foods plant-based vegan for about 7 years. And I did it for my health. And then I did have plaque issues, cholesterol, that sort of thing. And after doing it for so long, while there were some great health benefits, I also discovered that I still had still was developing high levels of plaque, which runs in my family. So I discovered that, my issue was genetic. It wasn't my diet. Because if you're eating vegan, you're not consuming cholesterol. It's a plant. I mean, it's an animal thing, right? So I went vegan and discovered after so many years that it wasn't helping with that issue. But, I had gotten to the point where I just didn't want to eat any animal products. So I had no palate for it. And I started to notice, because I'm in my 60s now, I started to notice that I was running into issues with, weight gain, and I was trying to eat high protein, low carb. It's really hard to do when you're on a vegan diet, unless you want to eat a lot of tofu. And the problem is that tofu, there is this debate, and we don't know for sure whether or not it's true, because there are studies that conflict on this, but that it can raise your estrogen levels. Okay, her tea is ready. I don't know if that's true. All I know is that I wasn't having the best results with it when it came to the way my body was reacting to it. It's just really hard to keep the weight off. So I decided to start eating fish because of the omega-3s, high protein, um, low, the healthy fats, low carbohydrate, and it was a little weird at first to start eating fish again, but I got good results out of it. And then I started to notice that I was seeing issues with my skin. All the years of being in the sun and was catching up with me. Hair was thinning out, and joints and ligaments were starting to complain, and I worked out all the time. My whole life, I always worked out. So I thought that was another reason. Let me eat fish, see if that helps, and it did. But I started to learn about collagen, and basically there are two different types of collagen that you can buy. There's bovine and fish, and I'm already eating fish, so decided to get the bovine. Once again, I didn't get into this diet routine for any reason other than my health. So I started putting in my coffee collagen. It's, this lighting is really bad. Okay. Yeah. So basically, this is chocolate. In case you're wondering, chocolate protein. Chocolate collagen. Now, here's the thing. It did help with my skin, my hair, my nails. But what I did not expect it to do was to help with muscle development. I feel like I'm almost like I'm on steroids. The amount of muscle that I have regained just in the couple months I've been taking collagen is just crazy. I mean, I'm getting, you know, kinds of muscle development, and I'm not even lifting weights. I'm just doing push-ups and stuff like that. Pull-ups, chin-ups, calisthenics. That's all I'm doing. And yeah, the muscle's just coming on like crazy. When you're in your 60s, having a muscle is a really good thing. So what I do is I pour like a half cup, and then I take the collagen and I just put about 2 spoonfuls in the coffee. It's almost like putting chocolate. It's almost like putting chocolate milk in there. It's really good. Now, this doesn't have sugar in it. It has, let's see, what is it? Okay, here we go. Stevia. We sweeten it with stevia. But yeah, it's good stuff. So my hair is getting thicker. Nails are getting stronger. Skin is getting better. So I drink coffee twice a day, 2 in the morning and then 1 in the afternoon. And I just put 2 scoops of collagen in each cup of coffee. I like to use this, let's see, it's a little hand blender that does a nice job of mixing it up, even gives it a little froth. Now, if you're the kind of person who likes to drink um, coffee with some cream in it, I don't think you'll need to put cream in it. Yeah, everybody's different, but that's what I found is that I don't really need it. And then I fill up the rest of the cup. There we go. There we go. All right. All right. It's got a nice little froth on it. Ah, you can't see it. I can pick up the laptop. Yeah, it's just too dark. I think that's why everything's so washed out. It's just too. What's going on here on my phone? Getting messages. Mm, my daughter is messaging me. What is she doing? My daughter lives in Germany. Okay. Oh, my daughter is messaging me. Yeah, she lives in Germany. Let's see if I can. I wonder how. I need to figure out if I can share this. Yeah. There I go. So hopefully she'll click on it. You never know. All right. Ah, okay. This is my first time doing a live, so I'm just learning. Okay. All right. I have no idea what I'm doing. Anyway, so coffee's made, tea is made. Oh, and it's good too. It is good. And it looks like nobody is watching this live right now. They're probably all asleep right now. Yeah. Hmm. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, she's commenting on it. Yes, baby. I'm live right now. So when your adult children live in another country, you have to get creative as to how you can communicate so that it's affordable. You know, she is texting me something right now, and So, yeah, normally we communicate through WhatsApp because, it's free. Sometimes we do, actually, stop writing. Sometimes we do video calls, which is really awesome. I've gone out there to see her a couple of times. It's wonderful. It's amazing to see the child that you raised from the time they came into this world to seeing them as an adult, married. It just blows my mind. I know I'm not the only person who's experienced that, but it just still blows my mind. I still, I see her as this grown woman, but I also remember the little girl that she used to be. And she's pretty much the same person. It's amazing. Oh, okay. She wrote me something. Hmm. Oh, that's awesome. That's so funny. I can't help but talk to her like she's my little girl sometimes. I just can't help it. Oh, it looks like she's going to join the live. So, yeah, coffee station. I think I hear my wife moving around. Hmm. See, there's a 6 hour difference um, between Florida and Germany. So when 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 we communicate, I have to remember that it's 6 hours later. So right now it's 6:50 here. It's 12:50 p.m. there. It's in the afternoon there, and it's the crack of dawn here. So anyway, um, if you're wondering what that is behind me, um, that's a decoration that my wife put up. It's three wreaths that have a lemon theme. Those are plastic lemons. And that's just her. She's just very creative when it comes to designing the house. And she likes to change the design of the house every season, sometimes more often than that. So one of her favorite places to go is Home Goods. She'll go there and she'll find all kinds of stuff that she wants to use to decorate the house. And it'll be in different themes. So now we have an entire closet. And when I say closet, I mean a walk in closet, entire walk in closet dedicated to the seasonal decorations. It used to be my studio where I worked all day because it's that big of a closet. That's right. I worked in the closet. And I don't know what it was, but something started to make me sick. I cleared out all of the echo foam that I had for the sound studio, part of it, all the carpeting. I had carpeting on the floor in there so to help with echo, so I could get good voiceover recordings, and just tore it all out. I put planks on the floor. Uh, it was hardwood type planks. Repainted it, replaced the echo foam with these thick fake fur blankets. And I think that was even worse. I just didn't know any better. I also had cargo blankets on the walls, all for, soundproofing. And I just kept finding that I was getting sick in there. So I said, you know what? Oh, and we hired a company to come in and clean it. And I also had a section of that closet that was set up for my clothing. And we we cleaned the clothes too, washed all my suits and everything, and set up shop and went back in there. And I just started getting sick again almost immediately. Still never figured out what it is, and I will not go in that closet without a mask on. And I suspect that there may be mold in the vent that pushes air in there, you know. But anyway, okay, NPR's not playing, so I can take these off. Um, I decided that my my health, the way I felt, was more important than um, having a studio. Fortunately, we have a house with um, more than enough bedrooms, so I just turned one of the guest rooms into a half studio. My work area has some echo foam around it, but I've learned how to use certain microphones and software that take care of that. Um, I don't use big for my videos when I do voiceover. I don't use big broadcaster microphones because they pick up too much echo in the room anyway. I use little, it's called a lavalier. I'll show you. The one that I use for my work, it's just a little clip-on lavalier, but the one that I use for my work is a USB cable, and it just plugs into the laptop. It has a little uh, wind cover on it, a little foam wind cover on it. And that gets me surprisingly good sound because it's very local. So it's not going to pick up a lot of echo. And then I use software to clean it up even more. But the thing is, I had somebody ask me, why don't you use a nice big fancy microphone? And I said, that's overkill. If you're creating, because I make training videos, if you're creating training videos and you want characters to be in real life type situations, communicating with each other, you want them to sound like they're in a room, not an echoey room, but you still want good sound, but you don't want them to sound like they've got a big microphone in front of their face, like Rick Dees in the morning zoo, on a morning radio show. You don't want that sound. So yeah, I use these nice little lavalier mics just around my desk. There's just enough echo foam. I'll break it down, and I get great sound. Um, and the nice thing about that is I don't have to spend a lot of money on that stuff. Those mics are cheap and really effective. So that's the thing that's really important when you're working with technology. You want to find the tech that is affordable and the most effective. And sometimes that doesn't mean spending a ton of money. So, anyway, I need to check on my wife and see. Oh, yeah, I was telling you about the meta glasses. So, I don't know if you can see, but these actually have, yeah, I use these as bifocals. And what I do is I, let's see if I can take these off so you can see them. Got these on Amazon. See, they have a little rubber lens that sticks to the glass, and it's at the strength that I need for my right eye because my eyes are different strengths. That way, I don't have to spend money on expensive lenses. You know, it's really cool. All right, yeah. What you do is you wet it, and then you just put it on the glass. Get the angle right. Squeeze the bubbles out, and you've got bifocals. Pretty cool. Uh, Anyway, I'm gonna see if my wife is ready for tea. She's not always ready for tea. Okay, let's go check. Are you awake? You ready for tea? Okay. All right. She's ready for tea. Okay. Let's get her some tea. Okay. Yeah, I'm figuring out how this camera works on this laptop. It's not that it's bad. It's that it tries to compensate. Ah, hi baby. Oh, so Mercedes, uh, my wife has an event coming up and she needs to have flags that represent a bunch of different Latin countries because my wife is involved in the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. I see the hearts. Thank you, sweetheart. And so that flag, I think that's the Dominican flag. Um, it's one of many. And so she just set that up as a display piece to decorate it the way that she wants for when she has the event, because she's going to have a bunch of them, one for each country in Latin America. So it's going to be really cool. Yes, I'm live streaming, baby. All right. So let's see. She likes these teacups that have a lid on them, keep the heat in. So I bought her a bunch of these, and they have a nice little saying on them. This one says, "Be still and know." Psalm 46:10. And you can't see it because the light is too low. So yeah, that's what the camera does on this laptop. If the lighting is too low, it overcompensates and washes everything out. So it looks terrible. I'm gonna have to figure that out if I'm gonna be doing lives. The thing is, I see you just sent me another message, honey. I'm gonna look at it in just a second. So excited that I'm always watching my daughter do lives, and now she's watching me. Let's see. Oh, wow, so cool. Also, I'm watching before my nap. This live stream is so calming. Well, good. That's perfect. Check the temperature of this tea. Yeah, I think it just needs 30 seconds in the microwave. All right. You take a nap at this hour? I guess that's perfect because it's about the time I usually take a nap too. Now, my daughter is very much my daughter in many ways. I didn't realize until she became an adult just how much we're alike. But that's the natural order of things, right? Oh, okay. She wore herself out. Well, you had an interview this morning. Sounds like it went very well. It's really nice that you had somebody to interview you who, you had some things in common with so that you guys could, uh, bond a little and have a rapport. Plus, you know, they could give you some advice, you tell you some things. But that rapport building is really important in a situation like that. It's great. Mm, okay. The tea is ready. Let's go ahead and take care of that. I have one more coffee before I go. So, honey, I'm using this little lavalier mic, and I think you can see it. And normally, you would plug the receiver in the bottom of the phone on the C port, right? But my laptop has a C port on it, so I was able to use that. Nice thing about that is that I can talk to the camera at a very low level like this, and you still hear me, even if I walk away from the camera, which is really cool. It's my mother, my daughter is a K-pop idol, and she does lives all the time, and I'm always trying to help her with camera, recording equipment. So I used to teach video production, and I've worked in video for years. So I always try to help her out, give her advice. Okay. Yeah, so that's one of the decorations. Those are balloons. Okay. All right, here we go. Tea time. Okay. All right, sleepyhead. All right. Would you like me to open the curtains?
This is the spinning coach. Instead of going to the movie, she want to spend all day in the spinning coach.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the instructor.
Oh, wow. He looks like a stripper.
Pretty much. But
All
they
right.
do it. They working out.
All right, he looks like he has no interest in any of those women.
I love this Larry. I mean, he's not on the Bible. He's teaching them what to do, and they do it.
No, and they're having a girlfriend party, basically, which is great. No, I'm not criticizing. I think if that's what works to get them in there, and everybody's having fun, including him, good for them. All right. Okay. All right, so she's squared away. I got here. Oh, good. Dennis has one of those. Great. Yeah, I swear by them. They're so cheap. $50. I mean, that's really good for a little Bluetooth microphone. Gets really good sound, and keeping it charged is really easy, you know. All right, time to see the day. It's overcast out there. Not very pretty. All right, I got some more light in here though. I love it, all these comments from my daughter. Yeah. Mm. Mm. So, yeah, I told you I was putting collagen in my coffee. And this is the brand Vital Proteins Collagen Peptides, chocolate flavor. You know, I love chocolate. So, anyway, yeah, it's really good stuff. I was saying earlier that I've regained a lot of muscle from putting that in my coffee for the past couple months. I mean, it's amazing. It's almost like I'm on steroids. See, once again, that's my daughter. She likes chocolate too. I have put on some body fat too, but there's nothing in the ingredients that is fattening. I mean, it's like lean protein. So, yes, I got muscle. So, um, yeah, it's really amazing. I put on some body fat also, but I, technically, it's not supposed to be the cause of the body fat. Um, so, I need to get a second cup. Um, so, I don't know what's caused me to put on some body fat as well. Um, but anyway, at my age, the muscle is so important that even if it were causing this much body fat, I wouldn't stop taking it. I mean, it's just been so beneficial. Oh, okay. See, my daughter is coaching me now. What is my plan for today? Um, okay, I'm working on another AI video production commercial for my company, AIED Video Plus, and this one is a mock commercial for cologne, and the brand is AIED Video Plus. That's what I've started doing. Is instead of making commercials to talk about, you know, what my company does and skills and all that, instead it shows you by making mock commercials of different products and services. Like I produced one the other day that was for a restaurant, you know, and the brand of the restaurant was AIED Video Plus. The wine, the I mean, just even the menus at AIED had the logo on it. And I'm just going to keep doing that with different products because I want people to see, um, that what I can do with the new AI software plus my traditional video editing skills. And so last night I created all the clips that I'm going to put together into the commercial. So that's one thing. My wife and I are getting ready to uh, go to Panama. I'm going to go visit family. She's from there, and her grandmother is turning 100 years old. Yay! Grandma's amazing. Abuela. And so we're going to go do that. So I'm preparing for that. Finances and all kinds of stuff. Um, Trying to make sure all the bills are paid and everything's taken care of. We'll be gone for a little over a week. And so I've got to work on that. Plus, I have my job. I do some work for my job today. And um, yeah, I'm still on this quest to get 1099 contracts. Um, there's these people are saying they want to move to another country and leave the U.S. I would like to retire in Italy. That's what I want right now. So I've been strategizing to do that in the smartest way possible, and that takes a lot of planning. And one of the things that would make that easier would be if I had a business that would enable me to do work on a 1099 contract as opposed to a W 2. Because if you're on a 1099 contract, the taxes are easier. Company's not going to, a client, because then they become a client instead of an employer, they're less likely to cancel the contract because it doesn't affect them. There's no inconvenience or anything like that. So that is something that I am working on. I set up my business, got the website all designed and everything, got, you know, freelance websites set up. I am looking at going on Fiverr though. I'm on Contra and Upwork, and I'm starting to get little jobs on that. But I want to get on. I'm looking at getting on Fiverr as well. I didn't used to think much of Fiverr, but been researching it, and I think I could turn it into something good. So look at that. Um, as a business model, I found on a lot of these freelance websites, the way they're set up is you find jobs and you give your pitch to get the job, and that submission costs you credits, and credits cost them money. So that's how they make money off of you. And I don't like that, because that means that every time that I'm applying for a job for me to make money, I have to pay. I have to pay to make money. I don't. I know technically the way the math works out is that it's pretty much the same if it were the other way, which is um, somebody hires me based on the portfolio that I set up, kind of like LinkedIn. They hire me based on that, and then the website gets a percentage of the money that I make. I'm fine with that. The reason why I'm okay with that and not with the other way around is that I'm already making money at that point. So I don't mind giving you a cut, right? Because you created the platform for me to not only make the connection to get the contact for the contract, but you also are managing the finances and all that through your website. So I think I should have to pay for that. What I don't want to have to pay for is the opportunity to get denied or ignored by a potential client. That I have a hard time with. So that's how Upwork is set up. But they do have other things where you can just set up a profile and, um, people reach out to you. Okay, hold on a second. Coming, baby. Yes, baby. That's my watch. Yeah, it's an alarm. Sorry, honey. Yeah, it's an alarm. It's reminding me to take my medication. Okay. Anyway. So I was able to set up my Upwork that way. Testing 1, 2, 3. Okay. Battery. Okay. I was able to set up my Upwork account so that I still am visible and available for people to hire me for jobs. I don't have to. So that's pretty much all I do is I just wait for them to reach out to me. I rarely apply for jobs on Upwork now. And Contra, it's pretty much the same thing. Fiverr is already set up that way. You set up gigs and they reach out to you and they hire you and you pay a percentage. I prefer that. So I think I'll set up, the gigs myself on Fiverr and then just accept work. So here's the thing. I still apply for jobs on LinkedIn and websites like that. But what I've learned to do, because it's a lot of time and effort, you want to tell, I'm thinking about the algorithms. You want to tell the algorithms that you are looking for work. Because every time you go through that process, it documents the fact that you're applying for jobs. But what I found that's more effective than anything is to make a new video because of what I do. Make a new video and then post that on LinkedIn, Facebook, and some other platforms that I'm on. And that attracts people outside of the algorithm. Okay. If you're connected with a bunch of recruiters, you post a video, they get a notification. Hey, Eric just posted a video. And they're going to go look at it. It's a constant reminder that you're you are an instructional designer, a video producer, whatever you are. And it's kind of a niche thing because it's not going to work for everybody. Not everybody has that kind of career, but I do, and that's what's working for me better than anything. So that's why I'm making another video and posting it. And, we all look for ways to make money on platforms like YouTube and TikTok and all that. And that's great. I would love to do that. I don't think that many people are going to be interested in um, a man in his 60s, talking about anything, you know. So I use these platforms primarily as an online portfolio, basically. Um, Although I think that this channel may work out. The problem is I need to get 50 subscribers so that I can do lives on my phone and instead of just the laptop. And then I can have conversations with other people my age. We can talk about things like health, nutrition in your 60s, and leisure, travel, all that fun stuff. Even retirement. Um, but I'm nowhere near ready to retire. Um, so hmm, collagen, just like cocoa powder, it collects at the bottom. Mm, chocolate. So yeah, I'm working on that. My daughter asked me, "What are your plans for today?" I'm working on that. Let's say, and of course, I'm going to work out today. Yesterday was shoulder day. I mentioned that I don't lift weights; instead, I use body weight. So on shoulder day, I do handstand push-ups. Of course, I got to warm my shoulders up. Then I stand in front of the wall, get down on all fours, and then flip up in an upside down position on my hands, right? And so I'm upside down on my hands, and I just come down until my head almost touches the floor, push back up, and typically I'll do 4 sets of like 5 or 6 reps, depending on how heavy I am, because the heavier you are, the more weight you're lifting. Um, and right now, I'm pretty heavy for me. Um, so the reps are lower, but I know I'm stronger. And so that's all shoulder workout, triceps, and even a little bit of upper chest. So that was yesterday. That's what I usually do on Mondays. Shoulders, I think most people neglect shoulders. Either that or they don't do it right. At least when I was in the gym, that's what I saw. Mm. So the reason that I don't lift weights now um, is a couple of reasons actually. When COVID hit, I saw a lot of stupid, crazy behavior in the gym. People would walk into the gym with their mask on, and then once they got to their weights, they would take off the mask, work out, breathe heavy, sweat all over the place, and people were dying from COVID. So that was at the time my wife was undergoing chemotherapy, and I couldn't put her at risk like that. So I stopped going to the gym. But I've always worked out, so I had to figure out a way. First, I bought a bunch of. I was into powerlifting, so to me it was like, yeah, just buy, a rack of weights and just do deadlifting and bench press and all that. And then I got into my 60s, and also I always had a bunch of junk in the garage. My wife didn't. Always had a bunch of junk in the garage, and there was just no room for my weights. And so then we started traveling, and I fell in love with Europe, especially Italy. And I thought, I want to keep doing this, but when we travel, I get out of sync with my weightlifting. So I need to find another way. And I thought, I don't really use my weights anymore anyway. Not really. So here's my strategy. I thought, let me design a workout routine that keeps me on my routine, but also is a good workout. And so I put together a series of body weight exercises that enable me to get a good workout for somebody in their 60s and works all the muscle groups. And so today is going to be bicep day. And when I'm traveling, what I do on bicep day is I'll take a piece of furniture like a chair or something like that. It has weight. The nice thing about a piece of furniture like a chair is that it requires you to, on bicep day, do curls in different angles. So, like if you grab the back of the chair, you can grab it like this and do curls that way. If it has an empty space underneath where you can grab on underneath like this traditional curl, you can lift that way, you know. And if there's some place where I can do chin-ups, because even though chin-ups are technically a back exercise, they work the biceps a lot. I can do some chin-ups, you know, and so, or I can take something and do individual curls with something that has some weight to it, like even a suitcase. Um, I stopped riding a bike and started power walking because in Europe, that's how you get around. You walk a lot. And so, power walking, I know it's, technically you're just marching, but a lot of people don't think of it as a good cardiovascular exercise. But um, if you know anybody who knows about geriatric health, they will tell you it's one of the best exercises for somebody who is a senior. Not just because it's cardio, but because of the fact that it's low impact at the joints and there's a metabolic reaction that your body has to doing that all the time. That's what we were designed to do, you know, way back when. And so now it's like 2, 3 times a day I'm power walking for at least a half an hour. And so I get my cardio in that way. Uh-oh, my wife's playing her music. We have these echo screens all over the house. And so she can pick her music and play it on all of them at once if she wants. All right. So I'm going to wrap this up. Thanks for joining me, and I will see you next time. Have an awesome day.